My name is Jude Blanchette, and I'm the Freeman Chair in China Studies at CSIS. As we all know, China is currently undergoing a significant economic and political crisis as it deals with the aftermath of the coronavirus, which emerged out of central China late last year. As China's leaders have talked about ways to re-stimulate the economy and return to economic normalization, one of the issues that's been present throughout their discussions has been 5G. If we look back in February and March, when China was really at the peak of the crisis, even while they were considering all options on the table, they continued to push 5G, both in the Politburo Standing Committee, but also, interestingly, for General Secretary Xi Jinping himself, who pushed the issue of 5G in at least 2 speeches over the last few months. Now, we all know that Huawei has been an important actor in China's 5G push, but interestingly, over the past 3 months has been the role of China's big telecommunications state-owned enterprises. It's been these 3 companies, China Unicom, China Telecom, and China Mobile, who have been at the forefront of China's 5G investments. Driving China's investments in 5G is arguably the strategic competition with the United States for control of the global commanding heights, where digital technology and information flows play an absolutely vital role in how great powers are defining realms of competition and vectors of control as they square off against each other.
I'm Jon Hillman, director of the CSIS Reconnecting Asia project. Several forces are driving Chinese tech companies further and deeper along the Belt and Road. The first of these is the pandemic itself. Chinese companies are making health apps, heat sensing cameras, and other products that help contact tracing and detection. Resource constraints is another critical driver, and digital infrastructure often costs less, it's easier to deliver, and it's easier to monetize than larger transport and energy projects. Digital infrastructure is also less visible, and that would be helpful for the geopolitical environment Chinese firms will confront as the pandemic abates. Emerging and developing economies are more welcoming to Chinese tech companies who are facing more scrutiny in Western markets. Digital infrastructure is strategically valuable because knowledge of these systems and control over them provides opportunities to monitor, manipulate, and disrupt information flows. The pandemic also reveals how dependent we are on connectivity. We're utterly dependent on data that is running through the air, underground, and across the bottom of the ocean. Historically, the United States has been the undisputed leader in this area, but that lead is no longer assured. If Washington does not make strategic investments with the developing world in mind, the next pandemic will come in a world that is wired by, through, and for Beijing.